Well, when I listen to TYT, it makes me feel better because I don't feel like I'm the only one in the country whose head is blowing up.
Yeah.
So.
No, Jank's totally there.
Yeah, it's awesome. Anyway.
Oh, wow. Whoa, you said one of our catchphrases?
Yeah.
I was going to go with the whoa.
Oh, well, you could do that too.
Congratulations on your Emmy nomination. As a fan of the show, it's super exciting for me to see you get some recognition.
We're super pumped. I mean, we found out yesterday that we got 2 nominations, and it's pretty crazy to see like that compared to maybe 4 years ago when no one knew what the show was and we just started making it, and it's crazy. I can't believe it.
I'm hearing a lot of ohs off screen. That's something I say to people when I'm introducing them to the show, and they go, what? Because you go, oh, you do the spinny thing. How did you come up with that? Sorry to leave off camera.
That's okay. That was something from college. A friend of mine, it was like a really funny thing that we would joke about, like if you put somebody down or said something that really like made fun of them, then everybody just start going, oh. And then we laughed about like, what if you put somebody down so hard that you just started doing it and then you just started leaving the room? So we would do that in real life, and then it had to go into the cartoon.
When I first started watching regular show, I was listening to your character, and I thought, where do I know that? Reverend Putty.
Totally.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do people stop you and recognize you from either of those voices?
I don't tend to get recognized a lot when I'm just talking to people. I totaled my car the day before I was supposed to drive it here. There was an object in the freeway and just like raked the bottom and basically cut the car in two.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. And then and I was talking to the adjuster. He says, "You going to the Comic-Con?"
Am I?
Yeah, I said, yeah. I mean, and again, I don't try to like lead with all that stuff. And so he goes, "Well, what do you do?" And I said, "Oh, I'm on a show." "Which one?" "It's called The Regular Show." And he's like, "What do you do?" "I'm Rigby." He says, do the voice. And so, I'm like on the phone going, yeah, my car got totaled. And so he doesn't say a thing. And then suddenly I hear there's a pause, and he goes, boys, get in here.
Oh, no.
So he calls his kids in, and so I'm doing the voice for him. And yeah, it was kind of surreal.
A little bit.
And you're like crying while you're doing it. It's like, my car, help me.
Yeah, exactly.
You voice the main character, and you're also one of the main driving forces behind the show. Do you feel like you have a lot of things in common with Mordecai, or not so much? Or is he essentially you as a bird?
He's pretty much me as a bird, but I would say he's more me like back when I was going to Cal Arts and I was in school. Like that is very much how I was, and now I work.
Really awkward around girls, right?
So it's difficult
I mean, not necessarily. I mean, maybe it was like that.
I'm not seeing anyone right now. Guys are jerks.
God, I know, right? Guys are the worst.
How much of input do you have in putting the character together?
Well, that's a great question. I think that it's funny because we were talking about how, these guys begin to write more and more towards us as actors. We become more and more comfortable with the characters. So it's not the kind of thing where I would say, "Hey, Toby, how about we do this in an episode?"
Could Rigby be more handsome from
Yeah,
now
right,
on?
yeah.
Like, I want Rigby more likable so I can be more popular.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And one of the things that makes the show work great is that there's a strong idea of how it should be. So there's not a bunch of ad-libbing or that kind of thing. But we all have a similar idea of what's funny and a similar aesthetic. And so these guys write more towards it, we act more towards it.
You think about, I'm always, when I'm writing, imagining voices in my head, trying to think about what would actually sound good coming out of those people.
You have a special coming out, the Thanksgiving special.
Yes.
Tell me about that a little bit, if you could.
Well, we were going to try really hard to make a Thanksgiving special that was actually good. We felt like they don't exist, and we were like, is it going to be lame?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever even seen like a Thanksgiving special done right.
What,
So
you
we're
don't
gonna
like
be the
Family
first.
Matters and Full House's specials?
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
that
I
was
guess
good.
they're pretty good. This one's probably going to be a little more epic than that, but
It's a half-hour special, and
Whoa.
it's super epic, and it's going to be one of those things where I hope they play it every Thanksgiving, and that people look forward to seeing it, and it's going to be awesome.
Cool. I went to your panel last year. I don't get to go this year because I'm press. And I got the fanny pack, and it was awesome. You had said that you were thinking about introducing Mordecai's mom at some point. Where's she at?
It's very possible, actually.
Yeah.
Now,
I mean-
after saying that like a year ago, I can confidently say this year that is probably going to happen.
You're good at that, Jidge. You better watch out.
Yeah, I mean, I totally could be the voice of a male bird.